All right, welcome back. So some few weeks ago, I talked about I talked about Babyface and Babyface is Kevin. Is it Kelvin? It's not Kelvin. Is it Kevin? Kevin Edmonds? I think so, something like that. But his last name is Edmonds. Babyface Edmonds. Let's just say that. Okay. We talk about Babyface Edmonds. Babyface was married to a lady years ago. I think they divorced as far back as maybe even as far back as 2006, a long time ago. All right. She's now been. I thought she was married to Deion Sanders. That's who I thought she was married to, but apparently she was just engaged. This young lady right here. Apparently she was just engaged to Deion Sanders. Okay. So I played a video here not too long ago with Babyface was sitting down with Deion Sanders, and Deion Sanders was like, "Oh man, Tracy has been a blessing in my life." Babyface is an American producer who was basically responsible for the likes of Boys Two Men, a lot of their hit songs. Responsible for a lot of hit songs from Bobby Brown, of course. Um who else? Tony Braxton, even the great Whitney Houston, right? And a lot of his own personal hits as an artist. Okay, that's who Babyface is, right? So Babyface was married to this woman that you're looking at on the screen. From let's see here, was married from 1992 to 2005. They divorced in 2005. Now, Babyface has been recently in 2023, this year, divorced again. Uh, but Babyface was sitting down, and I was basically giving him props, and saying, "Hey, this guy can actually sit down. This guy can actually sit down with the husband to his ex, which is something I encourage, because nobody can really shame people for divorce. Divorce happens not because of one person. Oftentimes, it's the relationship is just not right? So, but that is still a relationship that someone needs to maintain, that someone needs to nurture, right, with an ex. If not, you have to do more work, as a matter of fact, to nurture that. So I thought that was a good thing. But then, like a few weeks ago, this ones came out and announced that they were separating. I'm like, whoa. He was just giving props to his girl and saying, this Tracy brought so much peace to my life. I think that was what he said, that she brought so much peace to his mind. Now, who's Deion Sanders? Deion Sanders is I think he's an NFL player or something. He used to be an NFL player, but he talks on sport TV and stuff like that these days. All right. So what we're talking about precisely right now is breakfast. Okay, heartbreak. That's what we want to talk about. You know how people run around the internet and say, "Who was it that a few days ago? Somebody was like, two people decide to go their separate." I was like, nah, it's never that way. Okay, who chopped breakfast? Who served breakfast? All right, that is an information that will tell us a lot more than you're willing to tell us. We need to know who served the breakfast. Now, both people, either you serve the breakfast or not, it doesn't matter. Both people will collect. Okay. Breakfast is not anybody's mate. Let's be clear. Okay. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Chie, welcome. How you doing? Okay. She says another level of maturity now is a college football coach. Okay, yeah, exactly. So that's Deion Sanders. So now they've been engaged for a while. Let me just read this article on People, and then we'll talk about it, right? Then I analyze it. Tracy Edmonds claims it was my decision. So when they put out a statement, the statement they first put out was like, "Oh, we've decided." I was like, I decided I ignored it because we had other things we were covering. So, but I usually like to ask who served the breakfast. I would like who did it? Who wanted to leave? Right? Who is running away from the other person? Critical information, right? But now she's come out to say, Tracy, she said it was my decision to end Deion Sanders' engagement. So it was an engagement for a long time. Okay. Long. What's the maximum that anyone should be trying to be engaged? Why are you engaged for so long? It's another type of near long story. Why are you engaged for so long? Doing what exactly? Engaged to what? Engaged to do what? The woke generation, Indomie generation, which includes a lot of older people. Near longs can have me as a whole son, but and including your Sanders, right? But a lot of the woke people are like, people just do what they like. But you start looking at some of these patterns. I keep telling you there are patterns, and there's some things you should just pay attention to. Like, if it's going past, if the engagement is going past 2 years, maybe we shouldn't be moving any further down the line. Maybe something is off. Just maybe, I'm not saying, but let's look at the patterns, right? The patterns, just like we look at patterns in every other area of life. It is only inside of marriage and romantic relationship that we disrespect the phenomenon, the principles that guide all of our lives. It is only inside of this one thing that can destroy you, marriage, that people are disrespectful to the principles that guide us in life, right? So this is another person that they were just doing you. Okay, so it says, I've chosen to prioritize myself. After how many years? Anyway, let's. The producer shared a statement on Instagram Sunday saying she wanted to provide clarification given different narratives being presented. I don't know what narrative, but if there's any negative narrative about the relationship out there, it probably will come to her. It might be something to the effect that I need everybody to know that this man, shout out to Sojourner Truth, has no value, right? Who knows? Anyway, Tracy Edmonds is opening up about her relationship with Deion Sanders ended. The TV, who typed this? Jesus Christ. The TV and film producer, 56 years old. She's now 56. Wow. Babyface is 64 years old. Wow. Anyway, at 56, she's gonna start discovering. What did she say? She needs to put herself first. At 56, it's possible. It's an up and down thing, right? So, Sunday, that it was her decision to call off her engagement to the NFL great, also 56. Oh, okay. The pair announced their split last week, more than a decade after they met in 2012. 2012, long. Why? And nearly 5 years. Okay, so they met in 2005, but 5 years after the engagement announcement in 2019. So 5 years, 12 years. No, sorry, 2012, 2019. So they were together for 7 years before somebody decided to ask you for your hands in marriage. It took them 7 years. This was not college years. I understand if it was college years, right? Where people were still in school, they've been dating since let's say, for example, they've been dating since junior year or what do you call it, freshman year, right? So 4 years, and then they went off their separate ways, working in different cities for another 1 year. They were still 24, 25 years old. They're by 26, 27, they were like, you know what, let's do life together. That would make sense. But back in 2019, about how long ago is that? 5 years ago? They were 50 years old. What were they waiting for? Why did they wait 7 years before they were engaged? They were trying to be Oprah too, Abby. And Oprah and Stedman, they are not together. Let's do it like that. Anyway. It's interesting how a bunch of people just compare themselves to that one unicorn of a person. Like the same rule applies, right? If you're an average person, don't do this type of stuff. If a person is not engaging you, they're not asking for your hands in marriage, as in like they don't want to make it official, right? You might even be telling yourself like, I just want companionship. That's all. I just want companionship. You might be telling yourself that. Maybe you're lying. Maybe internally you would like that person to want to make it official. Why? Because that's a big part of our brain and our experience as human beings. Yeah, I know it's just paper, but it's a big deal. Okay? Stop deceiving yourselves. All right, so she goes, I want to clarify that it was my decision to end the relationship despite any different narratives being presented, Edmonds claimed in the post. I've chosen to prioritize myself and my family Deion Sanders is supposed to be family. So, anyway, let's continue. Moving forward towards a future where I am valued, treated with honesty. Tell us more without telling us more. Treated with honesty and free to embrace the happiness and respect I deserve. Tell us this person is disrespectful to you without telling us they were disrespectful to you, right? She had it. Edmonds also, now she's still being called by the name of her ex-husband, Tracy, Babyface Edmonds, right? After how many years? 2005. 2005 is a long time ago. That's 18 years ago. I guess she wanted to keep the name. She's also a big person. Yeah, she has brands and stuff like that. So she probably decided to keep the name. Edmonds also explained her reasoning for making the statement, writing in the post caption, I hate to have to respond to the media, but sometimes it's necessary when the falsehoods get out of control. What falsehood are we talking about? Why is this so hurtful? Why did she feel the need? Why did she feel the need to come and explain?
We go explain because no evidence.
Why? She's not telling us, but she's telling us at the same time. Okay? I hope you are getting this lesson here, right? The official thing is a big deal. If you're going to do life with a person, it needs to be official. I don't care if you do with the state or not, but somebody needs to do some kind of ceremony, something, even if it's just a prayer. You can wear brown if you want, you can wear pink if you, I don't care, but it's some kind of ceremony. Even if you're the one officiating it by yourself, right? But somebody needs to make something official. It's a big deal. Okay, well, you need to do it at a level that is a big deal to both parties, because if you do something in your living room and the other person's like, this one is a joke, well, you're both a joke, right? Okay, so context. A rep for Sanders did not immediately respond to people's request for comment on Sunday. All right, so now they were engaged for 5 years, which is already still too long. They were together, they met 7 years before. I don't know if they were together, but it's still too long, okay? Anything past 2 years, I'm not saying you should break up now, but you probably should pay attention to why. Why is it taking so long, right? And assess if you're telling yourself that, I just think it's companionship, I don't need to do it. Shout out to, what's her name? Sandra something, the Igbo girl on Honest Bunch, right? Even if you're telling yourself that, assess it properly. Make sure you mean what you're saying, because if you don't mean what you're saying, auntie, eventually, the longer it takes, the worse it's going to feel. You will collect.
Sorry.
Just letting you know, okay? The only thing is that we won't be here to say I told you so, but you will know that I told you that, okay? When that time comes. Anyway, let's see here. On December 3rd, Edmonds and Sanders announced that they had called off their engagement, and a joint statement in which they described the breakup as a mutual decision. Anytime they say it's a mutual decision, it's a lie. Okay? Now, I get it. Yeah, we've seen this toxic for a while. So we just got to a point and we said, you know what? Hey you, hey me, this is not working. It's a lie. It's still somebody trying to hold on to it, and somebody is fed up. So and then probably a couple of other things in between. The idea that it's just like we both simultaneously come to a place and it's not going to work. No, there's more to it. And people, when they say that to themselves, they actually believe it, which means they found it in themselves to not learn anything from what happened, right? They're not going to learn anything. They're going to move on to something else. And you know what's going to happen when they move on to something else, right? You guessed it right. They will collect.
Sorry.
They will collect now, because they didn't do the work. They lied to themselves. Right? That's the generation we live in too. Let's just tell ourselves some kind of lie that will make us feel better.
Why the fuck you lie?
Right? Let's just tell us something. Let me tell myself something that will make me feel better. Never mind the reality of the situation. Both men or women are doing it. The former couple explained that they made the decision with love in our hearts. Listen, you can still have love in your heart. Respect for each other and appreciation for the time we've shared together. Yeah, they were trying, but she was like, nah. She's like, she got to the point, she's like, nah, I need respect. Somebody needs to respect. No, right? Sanders wrote in the comment section of the post that his ex-fiancée has been a true blessing to me. So as soon as she left the comment that, oh, we decided to go a separate way, you could tell that it's a PR designed statement, which is what you should always do. Anyway, but emotions don't be your mate. He went under the comment and he left this comment. He said, I appreciate the times we've shared and the laughs we've had. You are an amazing woman and a tremendous mother. Shout out to him. He needed to say that. You should say something like that, okay? And you should keep it moving and don't say anything after that. But she was like, no. I'm not satisfied. I need to let the world know that you are a liar and disrespectful. Because what did she say? She was like, I need to be treated with honesty and with respect, right? So I don't know. I don't know if that's what she meant, but your guess is as good as mine. He wrote, God bless you with every endeavor and every step you take. You are her. Tracy Mack. Sanders and Edmonds, who met at a movie premiere party, have since been candid with fans on social media following the split announcement, with Edmonds expressing her gratitude via a separate post for the beautiful posts, messages, texts, and calls she's received in response. Your love, support, and kindness refuse me. Sending everyone love, she added. On Sunday, shortly after Edmonds' new breakup clarification on Instagram, Sanders posted a few on uplifting messages of his own. On Twitter, one read, everybody ain't proud of you. They're just surprised that you keep making things happen. Okay. Another post featured the post, the devil couldn't take you out, so he's trying to wear you out. He's telling us more. Don't you dare get tired. Hold on. Because the tide is turning. These are truth, right? Alongside a selfie later shared on X, which featured the Colorado coach. Smiling for the camera, Sanders wrote that he can't help but smile. Wow, God is good, Coach Prime. Edmonds has two sons, Brandon and Dylan. I think they are all Babyface sons, whom she shares with musician Babyface. These are grown people now. Let me see. Yeah, 31 and 29. These are grown people. Sanders has 5 children of his own and 3 children. Yeah, I think it's cool. It's not bad. It's not bad, that they're going their separate ways. They had no children together. They were never married, But I just wanted to highlight this. You got to pay attention. Make sure that if you're making a PR statement, you're also not lying to yourself, okay? Make sure you're not lying to yourself. If you say we decide to go our way, that's perfectly fine for a PR statement. Don't say that to yourself. You need to assess what happened in that relationship. Why were you engaged for 5 years? Why? Right? That's not normal. No matter how many times you try to normalize it, it is not normal. Right? It's not normal. Anyway, let me see if you guys had any comments here. Let me come to the chat. Chia said that's a long ass engagement. That's a long time. 2012. I don't know if they were together, but they were definitely engaged 5 years ago. Let's see. They're afraid of something. Yeah, there's somebody. It's not. Somebody is the bottleneck. Somebody. It's usually one person, by the way. It's a bottleneck, and they can't move forward. And time is probably gonna make things worse. Probably will make things worse. Babyface looks amazing. His name is Babyface. What do you expect? The narrative was that she was beside him through his ups and downs, and they refused to wife her. Oh, that's the narrative. So he refused to wife her up. Is that what's going on? He refused to, and she was beside him through his ups and downs, but he would not. So maybe he's afraid of marriage. So you have a lot of men running around the internet afraid of marriage. They will say, I'm not going to do marriage. Men don't benefit nothing from marriage. Well, if you have a good woman in your life, somebody you would describe as her, yeah, of course, it's a marketplace. If you can't claim her, other people will claim her. Okay? And that's fair. Wouldn't you say that's fair? That's kind of fair, right? Yeah, that's fair, of course, right? Chia says, it's not paper anything. No, it's not. Marriage, the reason why you're arguing on the internet night and day about marriage is because it's a big deal. That's why. Okay? All right. So, quick question for you: how long for you is too long for engagement? Right? I know there's no one size fits all, blah blah. But for you, that's why I asked you, for you in person, right? How long is too long for being engaged to a person, with the goal being marriage? I would like to know what you think about that. I'll be right back. Let's move on to the next story.
Beautiful girl, sparkling night, killing thing. I find a beautiful girl. It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.